What up? What's up, y'all? How y'all doing out there? Listen, this, I want to make a video. I want to make a series of I'm sick of this ish. That's the series is going to be. I'm sick of this ish. And it's so many things that I'm sick of. Like me personally, my opinion, my view, how I see things. It doesn't have anything to do with anybody else. But it's about how what I see makes me sick of it. You know what I mean? And man, it's so much going on. Like we have normalized just accepting things that we don't want to accept. We normalize that. We learn to ignore things that raises up the hairs on our skin. We ignore things like that. And so we normalize it. And listen, I was born in the 70s, and that's a whole different generation than what's going on right now, because the way we did things was way different than the way people are doing things right now. And so we were rooted, planted in goodness. And I'm not saying that the people that's out here now is not rooted and planted in goodness, but y'all was not raised like we were raised. Okay? And because we didn't have all the social media, we didn't care about making videos, we didn't care about other people's lives so much like now. I mean, we didn't have that. We cared about what was going on our block. We cared about what was going on around the corner, what was going on in school, at the skating ring. That's what we cared about. We didn't care about other people's lives across the world that we have no idea about. Like, we didn't live our life based on what other people's lives is based on. That's not how we grew up. Not at all. And I'm sick of it. I am not kidding you. I am so sick of it. It's because we normalize not communicating effectively. Meaning, like, what happened to us, talking face to face and kicking it like that. Even though we had telephone lines, we didn't have cell phones. We had telephone lines. The only time that I recall us being on the phone all the time is when it was wintertime or it was late at night, when we didn't been outside all day, been hanging out all day. That's when we get on the phone line, is when, we in the house for the night, right? We didn't have all this, like, we didn't have all this time on these phones, on the cell phone, because it's so easy to pick up your phone for a brief moment. You go in, you pick up your phone, you're supposed to be doing one thing, and you end up distracted by doing something else, and now you're on the phone, scrolling through your Instagram, your Facebook, your TikTok. We're scrolling through. Next thing you know, it's been 45 minutes. And I don't know if that's just me, but I didn't forget what I came on here for. And then I'm like, oh yeah, let me do that. And then in the process of me doing that, I see something else, and now I'm distracted again of something else on social media. And then it's like you don't really accomplish much. I know I'm speaking for a small percentage of people that might deal with this, but I'm sick of it. I'm sick of all the phones, the social media. I feel like it is a huge distraction from life. Like, unless it's just me, unless I'm the only one that's just feel like it's a distraction. I feel like we don't do the things that we used to do. And also maybe because I'm 51 now and I'm not young and I'm not out there running the streets and things like that. But to me, even the older people are on social media all day. Even the older people my age are on social media all day. And we got to be honest. We got to be honest. It is a huge distraction. It's a huge distraction. Like, man, I really miss the days where we didn't have all of this social media. I was okay with the cell phone and all of that because, pulling up at the payphone, putting 10 cents in or whatever, keep putting dimes and whatever in to talk on the phone. It's cool, it worked at that era. So I was okay with the transition to the cell phones. But now these social media apps that comes in and it just distracts you from your whole life. It's just because we're so busy worrying about what other people are doing, and we are only getting a small snippet of people's lives. We getting small snippets. We getting people on their good days. I heard a young lady say, how about we get on here and start talking about how we don't live in a community that have $1 million houses, and we're not in a community that all they drive is Benzes and all the Maybachs and all the latest vehicles. Everybody don't live in those eras. We live in the era, because right now I'm riding in a Telluride, which is my husband's car. I have a Kia Sorento. Everybody don't have the luxury that we are paying attention to and following. We're following these people that got all this luxury, all this stuff, and we're trying to align our lives with their lives. But we work a regular 9-to-5 job. We work a regular job. And I also heard her say, everybody don't want to be an entrepreneur. Everybody don't have the entrepreneurial spirit or the know-it-all to do the things to get you to that point. Everybody is not equipped with it. And those who are equipped with it, hats off to you, but everybody is not. Everybody don't want to run a business. Everybody don't care to run a business. People just want to go to their 9-to-5 jobs, go home, take care of their family, try to live. But it does make sense to create a business for yourself, because you got to have something to fall back on, because these companies will get rid of you at a drop of the dime, and then what do you have to fall back on other than getting back into another company to eat, to now you got to start from the bottom to the top. Like, I get the entrepreneurial thing, but my thing is everybody is just don't want to do that, and it's okay, but it just makes it seem like everybody is pushing like this is what you need to do, but everybody's just not equipped with the same thing. But we just normalize this stuff, and even though it's the era that we in, but I just feel like we need to start being more face to face, more personable. We need to have social media breaks, because I talked about this on one of my podcast show, which is Jumpstart with Shanika on Spotify. I talk about that on my podcast, about how we are overstimulated. Most of us are overstimulated with the social media because we don't give our brain enough time to relax and slow down. We constantly scrolling up. And this is a thing. This right here is a whole thing. This is a dopamine. Yeah, it is. And so that's why it was created. And this is what we do. This is what we do. I mean, this is it. I just feel a way today. And as much as I'm on social media, I'm talking about my experience, how I experience things. I'm like, man, how much further could we be in life if we didn't have a distraction of social media? How much more creative will we be in life if we didn't depend on AI or depend on these apps that create a paragraph for us and things like that? What happened to us actually penning things and writing from our own thoughts? Like, man, today I just feel away, and it's not a complaint. This is just, I'm sick of this ish. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of all this fast pace and all this. Like, come on, we need to scale it back a little bit, because it's only gonna get worse, because everything has to type the next. That's why the cell phones, you got a new version every 3 months, because you got to tap the last one. And then you got these other companies that's trying to keep up and stuff. Like, no. We ain't got to jump on the bandwagon with everything. You know what I'm saying? And I commend the people that don't get on social media. They not missing nothing. I think social media is good for you representing your business or whatever and things like that. But all that other stuff, we took it out of content. We took it out of hand. I think it was meant for business. And, you know, to be honest, like, I don't know. I just think it's just my opinion, and this is how I feel. And I'm guilty because I'm on social media all the time, and it's a huge distraction for me sometimes. I be on social media when I be at work sometimes, and that's a problem. I'm like, girl, put the phone down. Put the phone down. But that's just me. That's just my rant for the day. I'm sick of this ish. I'm sick of this social media stuff. We need to get back to normalcy, talking to one another, visiting, making plans to go out and talk to one another, coming over each other's houses and having dinner. And just me and my friends used to get together over somebody's house. Like, we either going over, they either coming over my house, so all we doing is sitting around, kicking it, laughing, talking, having a good old time. Or you know what I'm saying, we'll go to work, do our thing, and then next thing you know, we together. Like, what's up, girl? What we doing? And we don't do nothing if we just sitting on the porch talking junk, taking a walk, just living life. It ain't like that no more. Maybe it is. I don't think I live under a rock, but I don't really see it like it used to be. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm missing it.